10 worst football transfers of all time. Today, we'll uncover the top 10 worst transfers of all time. That's right. We'll talk about the deals that left fans disappointed, clubs regretting their decisions, and players' careers taking a turn for the worse. The number one in this list was an absolute disaster. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Jonathan Woodgate from Newcastle to Real Madrid. Woodgate starts our list of the worst football transfers. He was a rising star at Leeds and then Newcastle United, becoming one of the best Premier League defenders. Woodgate was one of those efficient defenders, good at most defensive roles and skills, including ball control, which is rare in a central defender. He soon became the talk of European top scouts, so it's without surprise that top clubs in Europe made moves to sign him. That time came in 2004. Real Madrid signed Jonathan Woodgate for a fee of €15 million, a high fee for a central defender at the time. With a high price tag, the expectations were high, but the reality was that Woodgate's injuries became the highest hurdle in his career. Woodgate did not make any appearances for Real Madrid in his first season in Spain. Multiple injuries and surgeries made it almost impossible for him to succeed in Madrid. Despite his incredible talent, he ended up making less than 10 appearances for the club. Moving on to number 9, it's Angel Di Maria from Real Madrid to Manchester United. The Argentine winger was a key player for Real Madrid, where he won the La Liga and the Champions League. In 2014, he joined Manchester United for a British record of 60 million, becoming the most expensive signing in the club's history. However, he failed to settle in England, where he scored only 3 goals in 27 games. He was sold to Paris Saint-Germain in 2015 for 44.3 million. Our number 8 spot goes to Andriy Shevchenko's move to Chelsea. Hailed as one of the best strikers of his generation, Shevchenko's time at Chelsea was marred by injuries and a decline in form. Signed for a staggering €40 million in 2006, he struggled to adapt to the Premier League and scored only 9 league goals in 2 seasons before returning to AC Milan. Number 7 brings us to Juan Sebastian Veron's transfer to Manchester United. Now onto a transfer that true Man United fans will remember. In 2001, Veron arrived at Old Trafford for a British record fee of €33 million. Despite having a successful career in Italy, Veron struggled to adapt to the pace and physicality of the English game. His performances were inconsistent, and he was eventually sold to Chelsea at a considerable loss. At number 6, we have a transfer that shocked the world: Fernando Torres to Chelsea. In 2011, Chelsea broke the British transfer record by paying €60 million for Torres, who was a prolific striker at Liverpool. However, the move turned out to be disappointing. Torres struggled to replicate his form, scoring only 20 league goals in over 100 appearances. The price tag and lack of goals made this transfer one to forget. At number 5, we have Radamel Falcao's move to Manchester United. Falcao was once one of the deadliest strikers in Europe, but injuries took a toll on his career. Despite Manchester United taking a gamble on him, in 2014, Falcao struggled to make an impact and scored only 4 goals in 26 appearances. It was a far cry from his prolific days at Porto and Atletico Madrid. Number 4 on our list is the transfer of Alexis Lalas to Italy's Calcio Padova in 1994. The American defender had built a reputation in the MLS and the '94 World Cup, but failed to make an impression in Italy. He struggled to adapt to the Serie A style of play and was eventually released after just 1 season. This transfer showed the difficulties American players used to face when transitioning to top European leagues. Not anymore, of course. At number 3, we have Messi to PSG. Yes, I know this one may surprise many fans, but the reality is that when Messi left Barcelona to PSG on a free transfer in 2021, everyone expected the club to reign the world of football. Unfortunately, that simply did not happen, and that is why this transfer makes it to the podium of our list. The expectations back then were high. Messi, in his mid-30s, was still one of the top players in world football, always a Ballon d'Or contender, and arguably one of the best players in history. And when a player like Messi joins a team with Neymar, Mbappe, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Di Maria, and Donnarumma, the expectation is that they would conquer European football, namely competing for the Champions League. Not only that did not happen, but they never made it beyond the round of 16. Messi's first year at the club saw underwhelming stats from a world-class player like him, contributing to doubters that questioned if he would be able to achieve stardom outside of his beloved Barcelona. Even though his second year was significantly better from an assists-goals standpoint, Messi left PSG without being remotely close to the title that the club most wanted, the Champions League. Needless to say that neither party saw it as a successful transfer. Number 2 on our list is the transfer of Denilson to Real Betis in 1998. Denilson was a Brazilian sensation that charmed the football fields with his incredible technical ability, ball control, and dribbling. The football streets know him well. He rose to fame at Sao Paulo, having a bright beginning to club football, assisting a goal every other game for the club, on their way to a top-flight championship in Denilson's last season for the club. In 1998, he showed all his talent at the World Cup, with dazzling performances throughout the tournament, helping Brazil to reach the final. And in that same year, Denilson shocked the world, announcing that he'd join Betis for a then world record fee of 25 million euros. The transfer was surprising because of 2 reasons: the record fee and choosing a team that wasn't a title contender when he had many other offers, including Barcelona. Needless to say, he came into the Spanish league with really high expectations. However, he failed to justify his price tag, struggling with injuries and inconsistent performances. Fans became impatient with the situation season after season. Unfortunately, Denilson never reached his full potential and became a cautionary tale of overpriced transfers. Finally, we arrive at our number 1 worst transfer of all time, the signing of Eden Hazard by Real Madrid in 2019. This one might be a bit controversial, we know, but the reality is that Hazard joined Real Madrid with the high expectations of replacing one of the best players in Madrid's history, Cristiano Ronaldo. And, on paper, he had everything to succeed. Here's why. Hazard was Premier League's best player when he left. He was one of the 2018 World Cup's best player, taking Belgium far in the competition. Real Madrid gave him the iconic number 7 shirt. And he joined a team that had just won 3 consecutive Champions League. So after 7 successful seasons at Chelsea, Hazard's move to Real Madrid for a reported 100 million euros was met with incredibly high expectations. What could go wrong, right? Well, injuries and a lack of form hampered his time at the Spanish club. Hazard failed to make a significant impact, scoring only a handful of goals in multiple seasons, leaving fans and the club incredibly disappointed. He eventually retired after leaving the club. Given the player's potential, the signing fee, and the club's high expectations, Hazard's transfer had to make it to the top of our list. And there you have it, guys. Our list of the top 10 worst football transfers of all time. These transfers left fans, clubs and players disappointed, reminding us that even the biggest deals can end in disaster. Let us know in the comments which transfers you think should have made the list. And, as always, please check out our other videos on our channel. Thank you for watching.